You ever notice that the moment you try to say no or set a healthy boundary, things suddenly get tense and weird in your relationship? Like you're doing something wrong, even though all you're trying to do is protect your time, energy, or your peace. And brother, you're not selfish. You're not the problem. You're simply a man who was never taught how to set healthy boundaries without guilt, fear, or some sort of blowback. And here's the truth: most of us struggle in relationships because we don't know how to say no without feeling like we're disappointing someone or starting a fight. But we can learn that skill together. My name is Ed Hegan. I'm a former New York City firefighter, now a mindfulness, meditation, and breathwork guide. And I'm someone who's had to learn boundaries the hard way in love, in work, family, all of it. I talk to a lot of men, veterans, first responders, everyday guys, and a lot of us hit the same wall. We want to show up, be dependable, be the good guy, be good men. We want to do the right thing. But we don't know how to hold the line without feeling like we're letting everyone down. And today we're going to change that. And it requires that we understand why boundaries feel so hard for us sometimes. So let's get honest. Most of us grew up as children believing that our value came from what we do for others. We had to earn love. So when we say no or try to protect our energy, it feels like we're breaking some unspoken rule and we're going to disappoint people and let people down. And so when we fear disappointing people, when we fear conflict, when we fear being misunderstood, deep down, we really fear being less lovable. But here's reality. If we never say no, our yes doesn't mean anything. A boundary isn't rejection. It's clarity. It's self-respect. It's emotional leadership. And so here's what healthy boundaries actually create. And this is the part that nobody teaches men. Healthy boundaries don't push people away. They create safety. Safety for us, safety for the relationship and the people we care about, the people we love. When we're clear on our limits, we become more grounded, more trustworthy, and less resentful. We're not abandoning ourselves anymore. See, most women aren't upset at the boundary. They're reacting to the way that we set it, either too hard, too soft, too late, not being clear. So when we set boundaries calmly, early, and clearly, everything changes. And so how do we set that boundary without it being a fight or some sort of conflict? Well, here are the emotional skills we were never taught. Check your intention first. Is this boundary to try to control her? Is it coming from fear, jealousy, manipulation? Or are you trying to protect your peace? If it's the second, if you're trying to protect your peace, then you're good. You're in integrity, in alignment. And keep that boundary simple and calm by letting them know, here's what I can do. Here's what I can't do. Here's what works for me. Here's what doesn't work for me. Short, clear, no apologies. And it's important that you validate her feelings, but don't abandon yourself. Don't abandon your boundary. You can validate what she's feeling without neglecting your own needs. You can say to her, I hear you. I get why that's frustrating. And still, this is what I need. This is what I want. That's emotional strength. Being clear, holding that line gently. No defensiveness, no explaining yourself 18 different ways, just grounded presence. Because most conflict isn't about the boundary. It's about the fear underneath the boundary. Oh, if I say something and she doesn't like it, she's going to be mad. She's going to give me a hard time. She's going to ignore me. She's going to withhold affection. And we start to attach our self worth to her reaction. We have to stop doing that. That's why we collapse, explode, or avoid things altogether. Because, brother, most men do one of those three things when they're pushed. We collapse and fold to keep the peace. We explode or hold it in until we snap, or we avoid and withdraw completely. None of that is leadership. None of that builds connection. And none of that reflects the man that we want to be. Real strength is setting the boundary early, clearly, and calmly before resentment builds. And so let's recognize the shift that changes everything. Here's the fix. The thing that flips the whole dynamic. Speak from your grounded center. Not from guilt, not from fear or frustration, from grounded, peaceful center. Try this. Take a breath. Pause. And deliver one clear sentence. When we do this, our partner stops feeling confused. We stop feeling trapped, and the relationship becomes balanced again. Because boundaries aren't walls. They determine the shape of a healthy connection. And so, what we need to remember, if we walk away from this conversation with one thing alone, remember, a man who cannot say no cannot say a meaningful yes. Boundaries are not selfish. They're not unloving. They're not controlling. Boundaries are clarity, honesty. Boundaries are self-respect, and they are emotional maturity. And brother, you deserve a life where you don't feel stretched thin, resentful, unheard. You deserve a life built on mutual respect, where you don't abandon yourself anymore. And that starts with healthy boundaries. So if you want help learning how to set healthy boundaries without guilt, stress, or conflict, we can work together. Book a free discovery call. The link is in the description below. And you don't have to carry this alone. We can build this emotional strength together. And I hope you understand that by setting healthy boundaries and practicing self-care, it's a way for you to show up in this world as the best version of yourself. And if you know someone that might benefit from this message, please share, like, and subscribe. And take care of yourself and each other. Thanks for watching.